This episode of Ghost Town may contain disturbing or graphic descriptions which may not be suitable for all audiences. Please use discretion while listening. When the music stops. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
I had heard it with Peter Frampton and a couple other artists, and I would use it before we had hit records, playing in nightclubs, doing cover songs. And every time I would use the voice box, people would be dancing until I used it, and when I started using it, they would look up and they would seem to hypnotize them in a way.
Yeah.
And it really works. Watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Video Soul, and it makes you feel good. Yes, it does. Don't you believe it?
The both highly influential yet completely underrated band Zapp made its mark in the 1980s. Their sound could be heard in some of hip-hop's most iconic songs. Their story, however, takes a sharp and very dark turn. This is the story of Zapp. Zapp is a funk band that emerged in the late 1970s and became known for their innovative use of the talk box, a device that produces robotic vocal effects. The band was formed in 1978 in Dayton, Ohio, by the Troutman family, consisting of brothers Roger Troutman, Larry Troutman, Lester Troutman, and Terry Troutman, along with non-family members Bobby Glover and Gregory Jackson. The Troutman family had been involved in music for years before forming Zapp. They ran a barbershop where they would often perform music, and they also had a recording studio in the basement. This background in music helped them develop their sound, which would become distinctive and influential in the funk music scene. Zapp's self-titled debut album was released in 1980 on Warner Brothers Records. The album featured the hit single More Bounce to the Ounce, which became a funk classic and one of the band's signature songs. The album was a commercial success, reaching number 2 on the Billboard R&B album charts and establishing Zapp as a major force in funk music. In 1982, Zapp released their second album, Zapp 2, which featured the singles Dance Floor and Do You Really Want an Answer? The album further solidified the band's reputation for their funky sound and innovative use of technology, including the talkbox and synthesizers. Zapp continued to release albums through the 1980s, including Zapp 3 and the new Zapp For You, their fourth album, and Zapp 5, which came out in 1989. In addition to their original music, Zapp songs have been heavily sampled by hip-hop artists over the years. Dr. Dre, Tupac, Snoop Dogg all use samples of Zapp's music to make their own songs, helping introduce Zapp's music to a new generation of listeners. I say new then, but new now because they're always getting rediscovered and is so iconic. Zapp is constantly kind of being reintroduced to people, whether they know it or not. In 1999, everything changed. More after the break. On April 25th, 1999, in Dayton, Roger Troutman, the frontman and leader of Zapp, was shot multiple times in a murder-suicide committed by his brother, Larry Troutman. The question is why? Nobody truly knows the answer. The exact details leading to the incident aren't entirely clear, but it is believed to have stemmed from a family dispute, which, family, money, success, how things are run, who's the leader, who's not the leader.
Very complicated. It's
complicated on so many levels, so it's not difficult to understand why there might be turmoil with all of these things happening at once. So it was disputes over finances, controls of the music. Larry Troutman, who had been a key figure in managing Zapp's career, reportedly struggled with financial issues and disagreements with Roger and other family members. I believe there's issues with tax liens and just it's not a new story when it comes to the entertainment industry, family, and things just kind of who controls what, who is owed what, who's the leader. I'm sure they have their own independent, maybe lawyers and managers involved, and everyone's telling somebody else, I'm the one who made this. Well, I'm the one who made this. And Roger is essentially the face and the voice, but also Larry is also a big part of it too, and probably a lot of creative stuff as well. So he was shot by his brother Larry as he exited a recording studio in Dayton. He was taken to the hospital, but died shortly after. Larry's body was found in a car a short distance away from the murder scene where he turned the gun on himself. His death marked the end of an era for Zapp after leaving a lasting impact on those who knew him and admired his music. The remaining members have released new music since then, but without the heart and soul of Zapp.